Now, this is important too, right here. This is very important, right? Men who want to control you are weak and jealous of you. Watch this.
Jealous of me until now because I used to tell him, I'd be like, oh, like my parents, they used to pay for my phone bill, like my cars, they used to give me a little bit of money for groceries here and there, whatever. So then he would be like, oh, so you're just spoiled. Like that your parents just treat you like a child, blah blah blah. You need to get more money so then you can pay for your own stuff. But I'm like, how are you mad that my parents are taking care of me? Are you mad that your parents couldn't take.
A lot of guys are jealous of women. Now, I know that women are jealous of men, but why are men jealous of women? We don't have the same struggles, man. We don't have the same obstacles. We don't have the same hurdles. As a man, you have to do things and go through the mud. And if you know how hard it is to be a man, and you know how hard it is and everything that it took to accomplish things, this is why you will never settle for a woman talking to you in a certain way. This is why you're never going to surround yourself and commit yourself to a woman who's going to get you as angry as Ali Abulaban was. When a woman disrespects you, you're not supposed to tolerate it. When I hang out back in the day, you got a lot of live wire guys and shit. Every time we go out to the club, it's a risk that we're going to get into a fight. I don't hang out with guys like that anymore. Like I said, I got too much to lose now. Now, if I got to defend myself and I got to crash out because of some shit that was out of pocket, so be it. I crash out on my own. But you're not supposed to be jealous of anybody. When you're too busy focusing on who you are, you're too busy trying to become a better version of yourself. As cliche and as repetitive as that sounds, become a better version of yourself. You don't have time to be jealous of anybody. You don't have time to compare yourself to anybody.
Care of you and you had to get it out the mud or whatever. Because me personally, if I was a parent and I had kids, I'm gonna be paying for their shit too. And I don't think that necessarily makes somebody spoiled. I think you just need to raise your kid with responsibility and like teach them how to save money and stuff, you know? Like giving your kids stuff doesn't mean that they're spoiled, okay? It doesn't mean that you're rich either. You literally are supposed to provide for your kids. So that's when I knew like, oh, he just jealous that his parents were broke. I don't know.
Do you guys want to control your ladies? How do you emote control? How do you get control of your women? That's a good question. I would love to ask. Do you force women to do shit? Now, if a woman's with me and she's wearing some shit that's inappropriate, she's either going to ask me, what do you think about this AV? Or should I wear this or should I wear that? I'm like, nah, don't wear that. And it is what it is. I don't say you can't do this, you can't do that. They know better. You have to be in a position, guys, that you are not afraid to let the woman know who you are. Stop fronting and be that guy. Be the man that you were born to be. It's easy. It's pretty simple, really. It does take some practice in terms of being able to accept becoming who you want to be, but you're not supposed to be jealous of women. So men who want to control women, want to look at their phones, are more than likely jealous of women.
Morgan, that's her maiden name, was a kindergarten teacher and a new mother to a baby daughter born just 5 weeks ago. But Saturday morning, IMPD was called to this home in the 3000 block of Armory Lane, where they found Amber beaten beyond recognition, her throat slashed, and shot to death. Her husband, Robert Cooley, told police, according to a preliminary probable cause.
Another black man. Another black man jealous of a woman, weak. He slashed his wife's neck. Why would you do that, bro? There is definitely something to be said about misogyny. Men are frustrated. They can't get laid. Their game isn't sufficient enough to penetrate a woman's delusion. I get that. But at the end of the day, we have to do better, man. We have to do better. We are making them feel that they're making the right decisions. Every time a man commits a violent crime, every time a man spews hate towards women and is not mindful about the shit that he says, the shit that he says on the microphone, the influence, the power, and how he's using his influence, we're just proving people, the powers that be, whoever's controlling shit, that men can't be trusted. Men hate women. And the truth is always going to be censored. This is why this channel has never grown. Hang it up, AV. Shit, man, every day. but because I know that what I'm saying is so necessary. And if I could touch and change one man's mindset, if I can motivate one young man's mindset, save you guys some motherfucking time, that's good. That's as corny as it sounds. That makes me feel good. It doesn't pay my fucking bills, but it makes me feel good. And at this age and this point in my life, man, feeling good and doing something that matters means more to me than making any type of money, because health is truly wealth.
Affidavit, quote, I took my wife's life. Amber's mother is now faced with raising her granddaughter now that her own daughter is gone.
In the last 5 weeks as a new mom, she'd call me almost every day and say, this is the greatest job I have on earth.
Robert Cooley will make his initial appearance in court Tuesday morning. On the Northwest Side, Russ McQuaid, CBS 4 News.
Now, this woman wanted nothing to do with him. This is another guy who was weak, who, because his wife didn't want to be with him anymore, filed a restraining order. He decided to take her out. Listen, man. Again, am I going to sit here and say that I never did anything crazy to a bitch who was out of pocket? Of course not. We've all had our moments. We've had our weak moments, especially when alcohol and drugs are involved. But at the end of the day, man, you cannot risk losing it all for a woman. You cannot risk losing it all for a guy who doesn't care about you. You have to keep your own counsel, man. The life that you save will be your own. So are you jealous of women? Are you using tactics because you want to try to manipulate her?
About how the narcissist made me quit my job. The job that during love bombing and dating, he was so proud of me for, encouraged me, told me how awesome I am at doing it. And then we moved in together. And then the insecurities started and the need for control. See, as a district leader.
This is something that's also very important as well. Weak men are jealous of a woman's success. In these communities, they encourage men to have more money and make more money than their lady. I told you. Is it realistic? I don't know. I don't know your circumstances. Is it possible? Absolutely. A man can do whatever the hell he wants to do if you put your mind to it, if you prioritize shit. But if you're not in that situation due to circumstances, maybe you have child support, maybe there are limits and caps to the things that you can do right now. Maybe you have young children. You have to not attach your value to a woman's salary. You're not supposed to attach your value to your salary. If she makes more money than you, better for you. You're not supposed to allow anyone validate you. The money doesn't define you, your car, your views, your abs don't define you, man. Your mindset is the most important thing. All these YouTubers who got rich off of YouTube, what happens when they get demonetized? They start scrambling. What if you get into an accident? Now you can't do any steroids. You can't do any workout videos. Is your mind right? Are you able to discern? You can lose it all, but you can get it all back as long as your mind is right. If you got a lady you like, she likes you, and you're not supposed to stunt her growth, man. Let her grow. Let her grow. A lot of guys are scared that the woman's going to leave them because she's more successful than they are. Are you doing everything that you can to become as successful, if not more successful? Is your relationship on the presumption that as long as you do what she says because she makes more money, you're going to be happy? But are you happy?
Leader of restaurants. My job is very mobile. I don't sit in one place. So he started slowly showing up at my work, bringing me cards or cute little love notes, bringing me my lunch. And then it turned into telling him when I was leaving one restaurant to go to another for my safety. So he wouldn't have to worry about me in case he heard about an accident.
How many of you guys do that to try to ping your lady's location? Let me know when you leave. Let me know when you get there. She's looking at it like, yeah, for my safety. You guys do that? How many of you guys do that? Yo, let me know when you land. Let me know when you touch down. I've done it. It doesn't matter because the bitch could be lying to you anyway. Most of you niggas your girl has your location on your fucking phone. Most of you niggas share a plan with your lady. So it is what it is.
Accident on the highway and made sure I wasn't in it. And then I needed to start sharing my work calendar with him. And God forbid I had to steer off of my work calendar. And then it got into, I work too much. I'm making work a priority. If I'd answer a text message from one of my managers at home, that'd be considered working. He wanted me to start clocking how many hours I was working. And then it went to, he could support me. And then it turned into every time I came home and vented to him about something that was going on at my job, he'd eventually use it against me. And then he'd throw God in there. Is this really the life God wants for us? For you to be consumed with that place that doesn't appreciate you? You don't need that job. You can rely on me. I can support us. Never mind the fact that my work performance suffered because I constantly had to be in touch with him all day long, validating him, reassuring him criticizing my job and what I do, calling me immediately needing to come home to be at his beck and call because he was having a breakdown, punishing me for a certain...
That's weak, man. That's weak. Again, to each his own. You know what I'm saying? But, for me, I don't want a dumb bitch. I want a bitch who's about her paper. I want a bitch who's just as motivated as I am. There's going to be ups and downs in the real world, guys. There's ups and downs, peaks and valleys. No relationship is perfect. No business venture is perfect. So you have to find somebody who is just as motivated, or at least motivated enough to keep you motivated, to keep and alleviate some of the tasks that you have to do to keep your empire going. When you see your lady doing well for herself, that should give you an incentive to go hard on your own shit. I always told you, man, if you were involved in a relationship and your spidey senses started tingling, something was going on, you weren't comfortable about certain things, but you didn't have the time or enough evidence to confront it or to expose it. Grind. I'm not saying to go back outside and shit, drink and get crazy. Grind, bro. Focus on your passion. Focus on the things that really matter to you. Because if the bitch gets out of pocket or she does something that is no longer in line with what you need her there for, you kick her to the curb.
Myself to him about my job. We actually started couples therapy over my job. 3 sessions in. And guess what? He blew up on the therapist because he was too much on my side. And then eventually, I quit my job. And I was dying on the inside because the cognitive dissonance was telling me he's manipulating you. He's trying to keep you financially.
Like I said, guys, we're talking about men who want to control you are weak and jealous of you. You're not supposed to try to control your lady, man. You got to let her fly, let her do whatever the hell she wants to do. Now, if it's not in line with what is working for you, she's not your lady, bro. That's like meeting a stripper and trying to change her work after you got with her. You can't do that. Okay? You can't do that. I wouldn't force it. Now, again, if a woman is clear on your parameters, she understands who you are, what you're looking for, she's going to curb that shit herself, B. Now, you're going to tweak it because she's not going to do it exactly the way you want it. But this is why it's so important that when we talk about men and misogyny, men have grown to hate women because they don't understand women. And in order to understand women, you have to understand the opposite of a woman, and that's the man in the mirror.
If there's some mothers in here, bro, please stop. Please let your child see their father, especially if they a good father. Let your child see their father. If y'all just don't know, that ruins us inside. Like, it ruins us bad. Like, our relationship, like, we have to grow up with this. And this will forever be a story of our lives growing up without our father. Like, if you got a child right now and you're literally keeping them away from their father, you ruin the kid's life. It's not gonna come back good on you. They gonna always have this hatred towards you. You feel me? For you keeping them, but if you like keeping them away from a father for a good reason, like he a drug addict or something like that, or he just can't get right, then yeah, I understand. But if he's a good father, let the man see his child for sure. Like, for real, like, let him see his child, because I'm telling you, we need our father figures. You feel me? We need our father figures. We love our mom. We love y'all to death. We love our mom so much. But we need our father figures. We need that, that manly in our life. You feel what I'm saying? So please let your child see their father, especially if they're a great father. And if you are anything like me, and you're grown now and you have the chance to go find your father, and he actually like a good person, I advise y'all to go find y'all father and go talk to your father and catch up on times. Cause look, this life is short, bro. I understand that this life is short and you only get one father, you feel me? So I feel like I gained enough confidence to go actually speak to my dad and have a conversation with him and see like what he's been going through all these years without seeing me.